So bring it on. Hike expectation, emotion. The game yet to kick off. The excitement already palpable. Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. Well, if you did just miss it, we are up and running already. So, Jim, who would you identify as the key man in this fixture?
The great playmaker João Neves is very comfortable with the ball at his feet, Peter, and good at resisting pressure, protecting the ball. He's going to be key if the manager is asking his players to get the ball out of defence at that high tempo.
I'm thinking the same. He will be a central feature, no doubt. Olise. And he's being shifted off it. Oh, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Mbappe. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Oh, well measured. He's cut it out. Long ball by the goalkeeper. Played out towards the right wing. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Olise's cross. And the header is disappointing in the end.
Well, that's a move which shouldn't be allowed to repeat. A dribble, cross and attempt, all too easy.
And we have our very first corner. Guardiola is there and he can get that clear. Engages and forces him off the ball. Knocks it into space. And he's onside. Olise! It's hit the upright.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Now it's Forlan. Rummenigge. Vitinha. Tries a shot! Goal! Nice! Well, it's taken a big deflection, but boy, he will want that one. So the first moment of real significance.
Well, this should allow them to be a bit more expansive, although they'll be wise to be cautious for now.
Olise will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Looking to play him in. It's a promising position. Goes for a shot! That's another chance. He's got a goal. They are really purring here, and they have extended their lead in the blink of an eye. Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
Well, it still had to be finished off, so well done for the goal scorer, but the keeper should have done a lot better.
Nice are now luxuriating in a 2-goal lead.
And things are much healthier in their favour. Mind you, you would have thought that when the last one went in.
And the pass is intercepted. And here's Olise. He can run onto that. Mateus. Mbappe. And here's Olise. In towards the back stick. Cannavaro attempts a clearance.
There will be 1 minute added time.
That's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Mbappe! Oh, that's nice. Here comes the cross. And he gets rid in a hurry. And there is the half-time whistle. Any opinion you'd like to express on the first half?
Well, Peter, at 2-0, you're faced with the choice of just trying to see the match out or forcing the issue even further. I'd always be inclined to go for the latter, go for a third, especially with a full half of football still to play.
Nice are heading into the break, very happy with how it's gone so far. And if you have just joined us, well, we've just begun the second period here. Has a look and plays it forward. Vitinha did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Mbappe cuts a frustrated figure right now. He just cannot get away.
They're just trying to negate his influence, and it looks like whatever it takes.
Well, quality clearly deserted him at the crucial moment.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
He is through here. Cross to the back. He's off the post. Vitinha gets it away. Rummenigge. It's a good ball out wide. In with the challenge. Vitinha is the team's great visionary. It's Forlan. Nicely weighted ball. Rafinha makes the interception. Dixon. And it's Rijkaard. Here's Vitinha. Vitinha, he's gone for goal! Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
Vitinha really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
Mateus! Decent attempt, but not quite good enough. Mohamed Salah. Unai Simon gets his hands on it, and the danger is averted.
Nice have turned up with a human blockade. This is top defence.
Passing is crisp and sharp. Looking for the run.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
Casillas claims it. Safe hands. Nice have it back and can go again. The final 5 minutes. Passes coming off in quick succession here. Olise. Mbappe receives it in a wide position. Olise. Mbappe could try cutting inside. Oh, smashing header! And with that, the final whistle. Nice are enjoying their moment of collective uplift. A win achieved with efficiency and certainty. The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. There's the whistle, and here we go.
Well, Peter, if you're looking for a top-class left-back, look no further than this guy.
Seriously rapid Serginho. What can I expect from him?
Well, he's like a full-back, wing-back and winger fused into one. There's a lot of people who can learn a thing or two about the way he moves about the pitch.
Particularly the way he picks up those positions to gather goals and offer assists. Now it's Vitinha. Stood up well to him there. Mateus. Forlan. Goes for goal! And he's lifted it over.
Unsurprisingly, he's been quick to apologise. If you lean backwards, the results are normally high and wide.
Great vision. Well, played through for the wide man. And he's quick to get it clear again. And reclaimed it in a trice. And here's Mbappe. Vitinha is always looking to break lines. Nice looking to pass their way through. And it's Forlan. Passes coming off in quick succession here.
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
Cute ball now, how can he reach it? And this is Messi. Chance, surely! Big relief, it just needed better contact. No change to the score, 0-0 it remains. Cannavaro. Rijkaard. Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Now it's Mohamed Salah. Rummenigge.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Looking for the run. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Now it's Mohamed Salah. And it's Salah. Vitinha. Tries a shot! Goal! Nice! There is the breakthrough. A momentary lapse, mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal.
Well, let that be a lesson to them, Peter. They have to stay focused at all times. Any lapse in concentration, voila.
So we have the first goal.
Well, this will present the manager with a few interesting options, Peter. Try sitting on this or push on with the opposition now forced to come out.
And here's Vitinha.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Nice have reclaimed it.
There will be 1 minute added time.
Mateus. And that'll be the last act of the first half. A very combative, competitive half with just the one decisive moment. It's been compelling stuff.
There's plenty of positives to take despite the lead being so small, Peter. I think playing well, good energy, a little more composure up front perhaps. That's not too much to ask.
Nice leading a cagey game here. It's had its moments, and it's 1-0 at the break. And we're underway again.
Nice definitely want to carry on in a similar manner, although I would exercise some caution, Peter. You wouldn't want to leave yourself open in the early minutes trying to kill this off.
Now that's well seen too. There were better options before the ball was lost. Easy to say from up here, I know. No, again, there's no way through. Now it's De Bruyne. He whips it across. Messi! And that is doing no harm at all. Beckenbauer gets across to intercept that.
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack.
Oh, he's managed to get himself offside. It's a pretty loose pass. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, this lead is beginning to look a little delicate. I'd rather see them show the ambition and adventure to go further ahead. But it seems as if they've settled for a riskier approach now to defend this.
Oh, that's horribly mistimed, and it's given penalty. Nice have themselves a chance from the spot to increase the lead. Calm as you like, and they're running away with it. Not much more than a formality.
You know, he would have been embarrassed had the keeper held his position then.
Nice are doing very nicely, thank you.
Yeah, and you have to say that the contrast of moods are very visible now. They really fancy themselves to go and wrap things up.
Rummenigge, he's shifting through the gears here. Rudiger wins the duel this time. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Almost 75 minutes on the clock now. De Bruyne tries to play it through. And De Bruyne! And no, he couldn't find the finish.
And how decisive might that prove, Peter? It really would have put the wind in their sails if there were just one down as opposed to two. Nice have turned up with a human blockade. This is top defence.
Looking for options for movement. And the finish! Goal at his mercy, and somehow he's missed it. Oh, that's well spotted. Leading by 2 and the finishing line in sight.
Substitution on the field. Number 15, De Bruyne. Number 8,
Rijkaard.
Messi. Coming
Just
on the
5
field.
minutes remaining now.
Number 10,
Oh,
Rafinha.
it's a promising build-up this. Plenty of really nice passing. Serginho. Rafinha. Nice finding their passes, and he's
There
worked
will
it
be
through.
5 minutes.
And
added
he's on
time.
his way. Decent chance! Just cruising. They are cruising. And the lead is extended still further. And that really is so impressive.
Yeah, that's what the game is all about. Excitement and entertainment. What a lovely moment.
3-0, and things are starting to look awfully cosy. So that's it. It is all over. So a real showpiece win. This lot were simply far too clever for their opponents, and despite their best endeavours, it has ended. So bring it on. Height, expectation, emotion. The game yet to kick off. The excitement already palpable. And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. So it's away we go then. Well, this is a guy who has pushed back the boundaries year on year. A brilliant maverick who just seems to go on and on.
Yeah, he's simply the boss, Peter. Everyone else, including us, just a supporting cast in an act where he will always take the centre stage.
The Zlatan show, Zlatan is the only star.
I'm not arguing.
Stoichkov. Passing is crisp and sharp. Now it's Rafinha. Ibrahimovic. And this is Stoichkov. Now it's Mohamed Salah. And he's intervened well there. Rice. He's going to be disappointed with that. And here's Stoichkov. Ibrahimovic. And here's Stoichkov. Stoichkov! And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
Stoichkov clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
And we have our very first corner. And this is a chance, surely! Off the post! Nice are looking to go forward now. Rijkaard is the team's great visionary. Now it's Mohamed Salah. Looking to play him in. And that could set him on his way. Abiati gets his hands on it and the danger is averted. And that is as far as they're going to go. Now there's a fine ball. I think that's offside. Yes, it is. Nice have reclaimed it. And it's fallen. Now, can they get him away? Nice are still to register a shot on target. As a matter of fact, a shot of any type. Rijkaard spots it and intercepts. Mateus. Vitinha. Now it's Ibrahimovic. Threads one in. Stoichkov. It's loose and there's a race for the ball. Guardiola did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Rummenigge. Now that's well seen too. Rice. There's no such thing as a bad time to score, but this would sure be a good time. Now it's Rafinha. And the whistle's gone, presumably for offside. Now it's Stoichkov. Rijkaard. Well seen. Saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
There will be 1 minute.
This is Ibrahimovic. Mohamed Salah. And we hit half-time. So neither team were able to take the lead, but it certainly hasn't been for a lack of trying. How's the first half compared with your expectation?
Well, it's been nothing but frustration, really, Peter. I think the team as a whole has to take more risks, but they really need to up their quality too.
So we are still where we were at the beginning. It is 0-0 at the break. And the game has already resumed here.
Nice really can count themselves lucky not to be behind.
He's got two! Just off target.
Yeah, it's good movement though. A bit unlucky he couldn't actually steer it goalwards.
it's Chouameni. Well, it just petered out. No penetration at all, having had a great deal of the ball. He's in a great position here. He's having a go. Oh, it's hit the post. And that is out of play. Vitinha could try cutting inside here. And this is Mahitz. And kept out by the most elastic of saves.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Substitution in progress.
That's a half-decent try.
Well, there wasn't too much wrong with his effort. He needs to get on the ball again and give it another crack. I would. That will annoy the manager. They're making themselves too predictable here.
Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped. But Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack.
And he's managed to get rid. That's gone for a throw-in. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Rijkaard. Now it's Mohamed Salah. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. No breakthrough and well into the second period. It is still anyone's game. Oh, he's managed to get himself offside. Half an hour gone in the second half. Rice does really well to win the ball there.
Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could yet yield a winner.
That is a brilliant interception. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. Vitinha. Oh, it's come loose.
Listen, it may well finish this way because it's been so tight all the way through, but equally, we might still get a moment of magic, a mistake, or a refereeing decision to influence otherwise.
Good ball, good take. Now it's Ibrahimovic.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
2 added minutes has been indicated.
Time added on will be 2 minutes. Change of plan here, perhaps. And time is up. So a tough one to gauge. Defensive dominance combined with wastefulness in attack, and the outcome inevitable. Your reflections then? The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. The action has already started. Well, there is Xavi, one of the great creators, inventors, one of the great visionaries of the game, Jim.
I fell in love with him and his style of play, just unmatched in terms of intelligence and vision. He really is peerless in what he does.
The ball's gone astray. Vitinha! Decent enough try.
Well, even for him, that may have been a touch ambitious.
Vitinha. And it's Mendes. Knocks it into space.
Oh, good take in a good area.
It's Rooney! Goal! Barcelona! Barcelona are in front. A truly wicked strike, nigh on perfection.
And you can see he meant every bit of that, Peter. He had his head up as he went to hit it. He knew his landscape.
So, a breakthrough already. Vitinha. Bernardo Silva. And here's Rooney. Lingered over it, and the chance to counter had gone.
Peter, the best counter-attacks are pacey and incisive. We know that, and that one never really got going.
And we have our very first corner. That's an excellent interception. And now a sudden chance to counter.
Nice are really in a position where patience and prudence will serve them best. Time's on their side.
And into the grateful arms of the keeper. Hakimi. Almost half an hour in now. That has ended up in no man's land. A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
Barcelona clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
Vitinha is always looking to break lines. And it's Xavi. Hakimi. It's come through and he's had a quick look inside. The pressing's intense and it's paid off. He's got plenty of space out wide here. Guardiola getting this one clear. Plenty to aim at here. That defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. Well read, nice interception. Vitinha. Well, there was an element of promise insofar as they kept the ball well, but they did very little with it. Great ball, and the shot! Vitinha. And that is going to be the final action of the first half. A very combative, competitive half with just the one decisive moment. It's been compelling stuff.
It's a dressing room that needs rousing at half-time because, in truth, they've not really been at it so far. If the pep talk works, we may see a very different side second half. We need to.
And we're already back up. Mohamed Salah! It's loose, and there's a race for the ball.
We'll simply have to tip his hat to the keeper here because that was a magnificent save.
Forlan is there, and he can pick it up. Bernardo Silva. And it's Vitinha. Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Oh, he had to make that, and he did make it. Mateus, passing is crisp and sharp. Lovely pass, but can he get there?
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Barcelona appear to be happy to let their front players stay up front all the time.
Well, it's signalling to the opposition that they're setting themselves up for the counter-attack. It's plain and simple.
Cannavaro clears it away. Corner number 2 then. Cleared away. Big chance! That is a super hit, but it was always just off target.
Yeah, it didn't come off, but you can praise the drive and the application. It was beautifully hit.
That's a little off target. Nuno Mendes. It's all a little bit desperate, but it's got the job done.
Oh, that's brilliantly defended, though. It looked destined for a goal.
Looking to play him in. Rummenigge, a true great in every sense of the word. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Look, they may be one down, but they're not shying away. Time is on their side, and they're set on using it.
Well cut out. No margin for error there at all. Vitinha. Now it's Mohamed Salah. Bernardo Silva.
Nice really are showing all the necessary urgency, but it's potency they need.
Shot a goal! It's loose net. Oh, what has happened here? Well, the defence proved infallible then. That won't be the last they'll see of him. This looks promising.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
And it's Vitinha. Pass is short and sharp. It's Salah! And he hits the net. Do not write them off. Back they come. Oh, beautifully dispatched. There was no reaching that.
Just way too good, Peter. The keeper was never going to stop it.
That has certainly made things interesting.
Well, at this stage, Peter, it's going to come down to how badly they want to.
He's having a go! Good first touch and almost as good a second.
Oh, the technical control was exquisite. The pummeled attempt was exasperating.
Messi. Coming on to replace him is number 21, Raul.
Barcelona making consecutive changes here.
Well, he can certainly make his side a lot more unpredictable, Peter. You know, he has a very good eye for a pass and a tricky one at that.
Vitinha. That's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Vitinha. Nicely weighted ball. Great ball if he can get there. And this is shoots! Oh, it's in! Late in the day! This could well be it! And we're done. Nice have done it with iron, with pragmatism, the sort you expect from a team like this. Admirable, enjoyable, and look how they reacted to that initial setback. Oh, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. Well, we're on the way.
This guy, Roberto Carlos, really is a unique player, Peter.
I don't think anyone would argue with that.
The pace, the power, the set pieces, the way he constantly surges forward.
And a fabulous urgency about everything he does.
That's exactly it.
He's having a shot! Now that has posed a few awkward questions.
Yep, certainly could have been something so much more.
David Villa. Looking to play him in. Dixon. Rummenigge might just make this. Vitinha, quality ball. And he's worked it through. He's picked his way through. And he's ended up in no man's land. He's through. Mohamed Salah!
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
And that's been won straight back. Rummenigge. Probing pass. And he's intervened well there. Still goalless at the moment. It's a good spell of possession, this. Mohamed Salah. Good chance here! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
Right, Scholes. Now, can they get him away? Forlan. Has a look and place it forward. And it's Salah. Can he get it through? Mohamed Salah is sporting a guilty look after that.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he?
Belletti. 30 minutes gone. Now it's Villa. Some really good ball. There's the shot! He's scored! Just gorgeous. The most glorious, delicious of touches. Followed up with an unerring finish.
Yeah, the touch before the finish is so often the critical part. And we've just seen an example.
So the first goal of the game.
Well, this will present the manager with a few interesting options, Peter. Try sitting on this or push on with the opposition now forced to come out.
Vitinha. Vitinha unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Forlan. Nice finding their passes. Rummenigge. Nicely aimed pass. Rummenigge showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out.
There will be 1 minute added
Played
time.
into space. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Referee's had a look, and he's blown his whistle for half-time. Well, there were plenty of talking points in that first half, but just the one goal. It's still anybody's game here.
Yeah, you don't get any points for stating the obvious, Peter, but thankfully this is still very savable. Keep things simple, keep the intensity high, and hope for an early goal. If that happens, it's a game changer.
And the game has already resumed here. He's tried one! Terrific from Mateus! About as smooth as it gets. They have grabbed themselves an equaliser.
Well, they were starting to look more and more threatening, Peter, so this comes as no surprise. The fans here are pretty fired up now.
It was a great finish. He put it away with great form. He gets big! Decent attempt, but not quite good enough. Nice with their first corner. The first in the game for either side, actually. Last-ditch defending, but that'll do. Scholes is always scanning the pitch for targets. He really is being given no time to think on the ball now. He's had a shot!
Mission one has been accomplished, so why not continue with the same approach? Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
Roberto Carlos. David Villa is onto it in a flash. Scholes looking for a runner. Caught offside that time. Facing up to his adversary, this is a formidable matchup. That's a cute ball. That's been cut out, well played. Dixon. That's a throw. Roberto Carlos. Mateus has found the net here, of course. And it's Vitinha. And here's Mohamed Salah. It's Salah! And no, he couldn't find the finish.
Mohamed Salah has delivered a really costly miss. It could have been their last chance to win it.
It's their second corner of the game. It's a decent clearance. Rijkaard. Rijkaard! And somehow he managed to miss it. He's going to be disappointed with that. That's really well manoeuvred. Now it's Villa. Can he get on the end of this? Brilliantly cut out.
Well, there's no doubt that they want to win this, Peter. They'll have to maintain the energy and dynamism until the very end, though.
Nice looking ball. The final 5 minutes. And it's Bellingham. David Villa, searching pass he's played there. He's on it, can he get away?
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
That's that, the end. So it is something for both, but ideal for neither. Both parties having to settle for what they get and hope for better. The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. There's the whistle, and here we go. Alessandro Costa Curta, he doesn't have what you call a classic centre-back's physique, does he?
No, but his game is never really about athleticism, power and the physical stuff. He never has to let it be.
It's interesting because he's still become considered one of the greatest defenders of his time. How's that?
Well, it's characteristics like leadership, his class, his tenacity. He's nigh on perfect leading with the...
Oh, what a climb! And oh, he's got that completely wrong.
Incredible. He had all the time in the world to pick his spot as well.
Now it's Mohamed Salah. And he's there to retrieve it. Now it's Mohamed Salah. Conte. He's a sharp little ball here. Oh, that's wonderful alertness. And they've got rid. And he stands tall, impenetrable. Now that looks a decent ball. That is a brilliant interception. No messing about, just bludgeoned away. Robertson. It's come through and he's had a quick look inside. And the whistle's gone, presumably for offside. Oh, good spread. Now it's Mohamed Salah. Brilliantly cut out. Nice yet to have an attempt on goal. Not getting too much time on the ball here. That is good pressing. And this is Mohamed Salah. Oh, that's well spotted. Conte. Vinicius Junior.
That's positional goal, the utilisation of space.
Mohamed Salah finds himself offside. Mateus Rummenigge, a player of legendary status. Now, can they get him away? And he's managed to get free. Salah crosses.
There's much frustration as to the lack of a touch to finish that off.
Mateus. Well, I'm not sure how the stats look in terms of expected goals, but nothing actual has materialised so far. And it's Vitinha. Guardiola. Forlan. Passing is crisp and sharp. Rijkaard. Robertson. He's had it taken off him. Robertson is very much the model of the modern-day fullback. I think that's offside. Yes, it is.
There will be 1 minute added time.
Well seen. Saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
That's a nicely shaped ball. Rummenigge! Goal! Nice! First blood drawn. Well, here's the whistle for half-time. Well, it's certainly simmered along nicely so far. Just the one goal in it, and it's all still very much up for grabs.
Yeah, on the face of it, it looks a fair reflection of what we've all seen, Peter. Some incisive play one side, battling qualities on the other. I think this game is there to be won, and a minor tweak may be all it needs to change it.
Nice leading 1-0 at the break. And we're already back up and running after half-time. Nice carrying a 1-goal lead. Well, he's felt that, hasn't he? Oh, no question, that's a foul. Adams. Rijkaard is the team's great visionary. Vinicius Junior. That's been intercepted.
That's great positioning. So good from him. That's just playing it safe and simple.
Still just a single goal between the sides. Tries to pass it through. And he's quick to get it clear again. And reclaimed it in a trice. Costa Curta. Vitinha. Mohamed Salah gets into some space. Madrid with the corner. There first.
Exactly what they need to keep doing. Carry on plugging away and eventually you might just get that little break.
This is a really front-footed approach.
You know, the interest value in this game might just take off from here.
And it's played in here. And it's claimed by the keeper. Played out to the right. They get a throw in.
Substitution on the field. Number 7, Vinicius Junior. Coming on the field is...
And he's managed to gift it back.
Chiesa.
Your impression so far, Jim?
Well, this lead is beginning to look a little delicate. I'd rather see them show the ambition and adventure to go further ahead. But it seems as if they've settled for a riskier approach now to defend this.
Bullish header! Goal! Do not write them off. Back they come. And the trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart. And it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
That has certainly made things interesting.
This is exactly the kind of contest you'd expect when you have so much class from both sides. The next goal is going to be so significant. Nice clearly are pushing for the win here, Peter. It's making for a very frantic end to this game.
He has found a way through. Now it's Mohamed Salah. This is intriguing. Next goal critical.
Listen, the fans haven't given up on this by any means. They still believe it can be won.
Just 5 minutes left. Costa Curta. And that is out and behind. It's a good block.
Substitution on the field. Number 22, Vitinha.
Desperate defending required here.
Number 47, Phil Foden.
He rises! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
4 added minutes has been indicated.
The final seconds now. Chiesa is always playing with one eye on the spectacular. Looking to play him in. Adams calmly anticipates. Oh, easy pickings there. And that's it. A good watch, more than a good watch actually, certainly from a sporting perspective. It lacks winner, of course, but the crowd largely satisfied. How would you sum up what we've witnessed,
Please
Jim?
be reminded.
The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. There's the whistle.
Well, this 4-4-2 formation is often used in the modern era defensively, but it used to be the gold standard of formations a generation or so ago, Peter, and it does allow the fullbacks to play a key role in attack.
Yeah, they offer most of the width, don't they?
Exactly. You want them to be high up the pitch so they can get themselves into the final third whenever possible. This will, of course, ask an awful lot of the centre halves and the central midfielders who need to drop into position and cover the spaces.
And it's Salah. And here's Mohamed Salah. Rummenigge! Rummenigge! Truly a man who will pass the test of time. He's got himself an absolute peach. And it's Nice in front. Perfect placement. The one place the keeper couldn't reach.
Just way too good, Peter. The keeper was never going to stop it.
Shot a goal! He's got a goal! They are really purring here, and they have extended their lead in the blink of an eye. Oh, beautifully dispatched. There was no reaching that.
He had the whole picture in his head, Peter. He didn't even look at the goalkeeper.
2 goals on the day, and he may not yet be done. So that's 2 now without reply.
Well, they're very much the better team at the moment, Peter, and no doubt will be looking to cause even more damage here.
Nice have hit a quick-fire double here and are firmly in the driving seat. He's having a go! He is just a joy! A finish right from the top draw! Just 1 goal in it now! Game on! He gave it plenty and some. Crashed it in.
I think it was probably past the keeper before he even saw it. Incredible he got so much power with so little backlift.
We have got ourselves a game here.
Oh, we have a very different game on our hands now, all of a sudden. This one's totally up for grabs.
Rummenigge. This is Mohamed Salah. Again.
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
That is good alertness. Vitinha. Well seen. Saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
Well timed. Mbappe. And the shots! And it's in! They have come roaring back!
And that comes as a very welcome relief. Now let's see who's got what it takes to seize the initiative from here.
One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Yeah,
He's going for goal! That's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Mohamed Salah really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
Nice with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. And he's there to clear it. And now they can spring out of defence. He has found a way through. Great chance! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it.
Well, I'm not quite sure he needed to hold up play quite as much as he did then. A couple of his teammates were very annoyed.
There will be 3 minutes added time.
Mateus. And it's Vitinha. And he welcomes it in. And that'll be the final action of the first half. Nice are involved in a terrific contest here. It's been a slugfest and a half. It is quite a game, breathless and laced with excitement.
Children's announcement.
Terrific
keep your
half.
eyes
4
on your
goals
children
split
during
evenly.
the match at all
Beautifully
times.
set up for the second period to follow.
Substitution on the field. Number 23, number 15, Nedved. Number 42,
Nice got the ball rolling in the second
coming on
half.
the field. Number 5, Owen.
Oh, easy
Number
pickings there.
19, Iniesta.
Well, a glitch with the
Number
rangefinder there,
13,
and evident annoyance.
Well, the pass wasn't good enough, and he knows it.
Now it's Mohamed Salah. Well, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Hazard. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Nice can breathe again, just.
Oh, that's brilliantly defended, though. It looked destined for a
Real chance! A ripper from Raul! One more for his glittering collection! A finish of true class! They've done it! It was coming! They have their reward! A momentary lapse, mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal.
well, a little more decisiveness on the ball, and that probably wouldn't have happened, but still, it was very well played. Great pressure to force the error.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
Well, they've done the hard part now, Peter. Can they cling on, or even better, can they get another?
Oh, he had to make that, and he did make it. Vitinha. Madrid appear to be happy to let their front players stay up front all the time.
Well, it's signalling to the opposition that they're setting themselves up for the counter-attack. It's plain and simple.
Khan. And he was quick to react. Rijkaard gets across to intercept that. Closing in on the last quarter of an hour. Hazard will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. And it's Hazard. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. He's gone for goal! And that would have won it.
He's really trying to take this upon himself to get it won.
Hazard. They're trying everything to subdue him here.
Yeah, and they've got to be careful, Peter, that they don't allow their attempt to snuff out the threat now to turn into indiscipline.
The pressing's intense, and it's paid off.
Well, there's plenty to like about this approach. Get your head down.
Oh, what has happened here? Nice are in dire need of a breakthrough. Can they?
All they need is one big chance, and it may do the trick.
He's got away. Owen! It's loose now, and they want to get it back.
This usually is the time teams go into conservation
There
mode.
will be 1 minute added time.
Oh, this looks sharp. Referee looks at his watch and blows his whistle. A game that is a tale of one that got away. A position of great promise they established, but they lost momentum. Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. And we're underway. So, Jim, who would you identify as the key man in this fixture?
Yeah, Kylian Mbappe. There's nothing more frightening for a defender when he's running at you at full speed. He gets into a stride so quickly and seems to just glide across the turf. But when the goal's in front of him, he's also got that cool head that's required to pick a spot and finish everything off.
Chance! Bernardo Silva. Forlan. And it's Salah. Rummenigge. Rijkaard. And that's put paid to a promising move. Nice looking ball. And it's Gattuso. Nicely aimed pass. Oh, shooting chance! It's really well cleared. Oh, it's a lovely, delicate pass. Azar can so cleverly bypass the press. Nice, so far, providing no real test at all for the goalkeeper. Rijkaard is always looking to break lines. Now, this could be a chance. And he's through, it's one-on-one. Oh, that's a foul in a dangerous area. No second thought, a straight red card. Well, Jim, I suppose that was the only possible outcome in the circumstances.
He really ended up between a rock and a hard place then, Peter. Probably took the harder choice.
Mateus! And it's hit the woodwork and out. Decent enough try. Ball is over the line. Mateus. Over to the left. Chelsea are looking lively here. They're playing with more zest, more purpose.
They are, and it's all because of the movement we're seeing down the flanks, and I think they look as if they're going to cause some real problems to that opposing defence. Both flanks are working quite well now.
Forlan. Rummenigge. And that could set him on his way. And he's on his way! Oh, he's been caught napping. Whistle's gone, and the referee has given a penalty. So a big, big chance now from 12 yards. This for the lead. And he's buried it! 1-0. Not a twitch, not a blink.
Played a game of double bluff here, I think.
Nice have fired themselves in front.
Well, this should allow them to be a bit more expansive, although they'll be wise to be cautious for now.
Just 5 minutes left until the break. Gattuso spots it, and he's one on Forlan! Oh, the ball's run loose here. Drives it in, big header! He will be livid with himself.
Two added minutes has been indicated.
Oh, good spread. Kukçu. Looking for options for movement. Brilliantly cut out. This possibly the last play of the half. He's taking no chances there. And the whistle goes for half-time. Well, there were plenty of talking points in that first half, but just the one goal. It's still anybody's game here.
Well, I don't mind admitting I wasn't expecting that. Still, I'm not complaining about a very good match with a surprising scoreline. Just don't ask me for a prediction, please.
Nice have made the crucial breakthrough, and they're looking pretty satisfied at the break. So we're just settling back into this second half. A solitary goal, that has been the crucial difference. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Looking to play him in. And it's Xabi Alonso. Gattuso is a perfect combination of brain and brawn.
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack.
And he's picked out the run. Forlan picks it up out wide. Hit into the middle. That needed to be better, and he knows it.
Look, the defending wasn't too clever on that last chance. The cross had to be denied.
That's a decent clearance. Now it's Mohamed Salah. And now they can spring out of defence. Now it's Mbappe. That's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
So, Jim, what are you thinking?
There's a lot of football still to be played, Peter, so ideally they need to maintain an attacking endeavour.
He can get that clear, and he's looking at the referee, but the referee is shaking his head.
Substitution in progress.
Mateus. Rafael Leao. Knocks it into space. It's a promising position. The only breakthrough then came late in the first half here, and that is the difference. 1-0 the score. Mateus, he's picked his way through. Oh, can he finish? They've met! And this is getting better and better. He made it happen. Squeezed through with sheer will and considerable accuracy.
I'm sat here, Peter, thinking that the keeper might have done a little better then. Maybe his positioning wasn't great, but then again, I don't think he had a wonderful view of it.
Nice are doing very nicely, thank you.
Well, that's pretty much sealed it now, and surely, Peter, we're not going to see any complacency after that.
Real chance! Big relief, it just needed better contact. Now it's Kukçu. We expected better, and so did he. Nice looking to pass their way through. Shifted it to the flank. Mateus. And this is Mohamed Salah. That has been cut short. Rafael Leao threads one in.
There will be 3 minutes.
Pinches it off. He's tried one! And that is certainly not what he had in mind. Added time going up here, it's 3 minutes. And here's Mohamed Salah. And that is as far as it goes. Nice can probably lay claim to the title of having been the better side here. Certainly more results driven as they went about their business. Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. So it's down to business here. Well, there's the man we're all here to see, the thriller-minute Neymar. He really does turn every game into a showbiz occasion. So I wonder, Jim, what is in today's show?
Well, plenty, we hope, Peter. Being the kind of player who likes to take it upon himself to win, whether it's his vision and creativity or being more direct in providing a threat up front, we're bound to see something special, I hope.
Because we always have in the past.
Indeed.
And it's Van Nistelrooy. Threads one in. Always onto this. That pass is somewhat less than ideal.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
Forlan. Well, that is one way to stop him. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through.
Oh, look, this is about as tentative as it comes. Hopefully, a football match will break out soon.
Van Nistelrooy, that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Rummenigge. Rummenigge has been caught there, it's a foul. And it's Rijkaard. Rummenigge! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Rummenigge is offering a wry smile there.
Oh, that's well spotted. And that is as far as they're going to go. And here's Mohamed Salah. Nice with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. And it's hoisted clear. And now they can spring out of defence. Forlan. Rummenigge receives it in a good position here. Somewhat off target. Dixon. And here's Mohamed Salah. And it's Salah. He's in a great position here. Mateus. Possession football, Jim. We're seeing plenty of it. What is it, though, that really makes it work?
Well, for me, what makes it work is the fact that everyone in this team has the courage to show for the ball. You can't shy away from it. You can't hide. You have to front up in a setup like this, and everyone is doing just that.
You make it sound so simple. Griezmann does really well there. He is strong. Messi. And this is Scholes. Guardiola. Now it's Messi. He's in a... And the shot! Oh, terrific save from the keeper.
And Mr. Roy really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
Messi! He's missed, but not by that far.
Yeah, it's good movement though. A bit unlucky he couldn't actually steer it goalwards.
Van Nistelrooy. Messi. He's got a shot! And he's done it!
Well, that's very much changed the complexion. It's also changed mindsets and moods in both teams, and it had to be him.
A momentary lapse, mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal.
Well, a little more decisiveness on the...
And there's the end of the first half. Well, it's certainly simmered along nicely so far. Just the one goal in it, and it's all still very much up for grabs.
Well, let's not beat about the bush, Peter. It's been fairly flat, and the support have had little to cheer about. So an awful lot of questions have got to be asked, and the answers need to be found in a hurry.
And if you're just back from your break, you've missed very little of the resumption of the second half.
Nice can really do with some bigger names standing up here. At times they didn't even look as if they knew what they were doing.
Well, he's going to be disappointed with that. Van Bouten. And here's Messi. Passing is crisp and sharp. That's a sharp pass. Vitinha is the distributor-in-chief, always looking for movers. Nice still chasing a one-goal deficit here. Neymar. And it's Belletti. Rummenigge is being harried and hassled.
Well, they seem intent on marking him out of the game. They're certainly trying to wind them up in the process, Peter.
Your impression so far, Jim?
Well, the time has arrived to start taking risks. They may well be happy just to level this.
Now, this could be a chance. Oh, it's a foul there right on the edge of the box. And the referee has given a free kick just outside the box. He knew what was coming. That's a yellow card.
Well, it was deliberate, it was cynical, and you have to understand the frustration of being denied a clear opportunity, but it had to be done.
He's shaping up to have a crack from here. And now as good a time as any. Mateus! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it.
Nice really are going about things in the right fashion, Peter. It's great to see.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
You know,
It's Neymar! Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
It's their second corner of the game. Messi! No, he didn't quite meet it right. So
substituted
time for
on the
change.
field.
And this one has been on the cards for a little while.
Messi. Number 18 scores.
Muscular
Number
approach
10,
does pay off here.
Daniel Van Buiten.
Griezmann, a player who
Number
needs
11,
no introduction.
Neymar. Number
Rummenigge.
12, Van Nistelrooy. Coming on the field.
He's on it. Can he get away? Vitinha puts them all in.
Oh, how that cross missed everyone is an absolute mystery to me. It warranted a finishing touch.
Number 13, Raul. Number
Rijkaard.
9, Suarez.
And it's Forlan. He has a look up. Foul and a free kick in a very dangerous area. Paresi did incur the wrath of the referee and has earned himself a booking in the process.
Well, I think the alternative was to stand there and do nothing.
Shot a goal! And the lead stays intact, just.
Well, I think that look says it all, Peter. Brilliant save from the keeper. He read the situation superbly.
Nice have their second corner now. That has earned a reprieve for the time being.
Nice really are showing all the necessary urgency, but it's potency they need.
And he's heaved it away. And they're quick to get it back. Bellingham. Mbappe. Played out towards the right wing. He's shifting through the gears here. Can he finish? And the whistle's gone, presumably for offside.
Well, it's probably safe to say now, Peter, that it's going to be all about game management from here.
Great vision. And he's in on goal.
Well, they shouldn't be dawdling at this stage. They need to get the ball in the mixer and quickly.
Now it's Mohamed Salah. Rummenigge. No, that's been intercepted. Deep into stoppage time. And that will be the final act. Well, that was tense. The two parties separated by the game's only really meaningful moment. Intriguing for the neutrals.